This is Bruce Buffer, and this is the moment you've all been waiting for. It's time for the MMA Holes!
No way.
From the Sanosi 1.5K King Studios of Arizona, Daren Till is injured, and out of UFC London is Gregory RoboCop Rodrigues, the Israel Adesanya Slayer. Tonight, we're going to talk to Mr. Rodrigues on the MMA Holes. Welcome to the show, everybody. It's good to be here. It's good to be alive. It's good to be.
Wonderful, wonderful.
My name is Chris. I'll be your host of the evening, and we're going to be doing a wonderful, wonderful show. UFC Fight Week. Dos Anjos versus Fiziev, or Fiziev, is Saturday night. We're going to do a reaction to that. We got plenty of news to get into. Right before we went live, we found out that Daren Till got injured. He is hurt. He is out of UFC London. And I was like, oh my God, that's crazy. Daren Till being out. And then I find out friend of the show, Chris Curtis, will be stepping in on short notice. What? It's confirmed. The Action Man is going to be stepping in to fight Daren Till. We shot him a message, and he's, I think, pumped up. We got to talk to him again. Chris Curtis stepping in for Daren Till against Jack Hermanson. What a fight in London. Crazy stuff. We do have UFC Fight Week. We'll talk about that. But tonight, I have a very special guest. This is a gentleman that I've wanted on the show for a little bit now. This man over here has the best fighter name in the whole world. He's 12-4-0. He's a Brazilian. He's a UFC specimen. And his last knockout against Julian Marquez, here he is for his MMA Holes debut. Gregory Rodrigues. Let's go.
Oh,
Welcome to the show, Greg.
thank you, Chris, man. My pleasure to be here, and I was enjoying all the intro. It's fun, but I'm here, man, and it's gonna be a pleasure for me to share a little bit of my story and talk about MMA.
It's very, very exciting to have you here. We have been a fan since seeing you compete in the Contender Series. We found out you fought in LFA as well, and here you are, a UFC fighter coming off a massive knockout against Julian Marquez. How does it feel now? Here you are, sitting here, a UFC fighter off a big knockout. What's the feeling like?
Man, I'm feeling amazing, and that's who I am. You know, that's not surprising for me. Like, oh, I know what I can do, and always I said that, like, I don't need to rush to show something. You know, some of my my defeat, my losses, is coming for a reason. You know, that's teaching me a lot, and I know that some of my, especially the one in the Contender Series, their loss changing myself, changing everything in my life. And then that's, if I look back today and then say, man, thank you for Jordan, you know, for that fight, because now for everything I earned since that fight, I can look back and I say, man, I didn't lose that fight, I win that fight. So now I'm here coming from a big knockout against the tough guy, Julian Marquez. You know, all my respect for him to accept the fight. Yeah, man, I'm on my way. I'm on my way to the top, and I'm just gonna keep him working. So I'm just started.
I tell you what, it's some story. When I was looking through the Tapology over here, and it was refreshing my memory, I remember seeing you in the Contender Series. The first thing I thought was Obama. Everyone was saying, this guy looks just like Obama over here. And I got to be honest with you, because of the resemblance, it stuck in my head who you were from the Contender Series. I'm sure you get it all the time, right? This comparison to Obama?
Yeah, man. Before it, that started when I was in Brazil back in the days. I think when I started, I was in Manaus, and then I moved to Rio de Janeiro to start my career. I started training in X-Dean at the time, and Jacare was there, Anderson, some of the big names. And they started posting something in Instagram on the social media, like some photos and me and they, and everyone, man, started like comment, oh, that's Obama looking good. And man, like, the people is funny, so I'm the Mr. President. I don't care about it. I like it.
There you go. So you're saying the guys at the gym were having a little fun with it for a little while now.
Yeah, man, yeah, everyone, man. So that they played in with everything, so we had fun, and I enjoy it. If the people started talking about me, that's okay. Let's go. I'm the Mr. President.
That's. I gotta say, I feel like just doing this little show over here, as long as people are talking about you, that's what's more important. Whether they're hating or loving you, it doesn't matter. As long as your name is in their mind, that means you're doing something right. Correct?
Yeah, man. You know, bro. Like, everything you do in your life. Doesn't matter if you get a famous or not, you're gonna get a haters and the people loves you. But anyways, bro, they don't pay my bills, even if people loves me or not. And yeah, like we need to know how to handle it, you know, how to take care about it. You know, I have some friends, bro. I don't gonna say the name, but you know, they saw something and they on the social media talking like bad about them, and that's a fact thing, you know, that's really bad. So, and from this, I learned, man, always I'm gonna have some people talking crap about myself, but that's not change who I am, bro. That's, you know what I mean? So I know who I am. I know where I'm coming from. I know what I'm the things I'm working hard to get it. So that's you know, that's what I think in every single day. And but if you don't have like a good mind, the haters can, you know, killing you, bro. Trusting me. So I saw like Julian after fight, he started post something in the Twitter, and I don't know what happened exactly, but he said, "Oh, guys, I'm gonna take, you know, some time without the social media, you know, for take care of myself." But I know that's affected really hard, and I try to keep away. My wife is like working my social media. My wife posted for me. My wife helped me a lot. They, you know, like sometimes you keeping like really the people talking about you, even they talking good things like, oh, this Gregory, this a monster, and blah blah blah, whatever. But bro, I need to know where the place in my hand can touch, bro, and I'm going from that, because sometimes you think more than you are, and that's the problem too. And sometimes you think you're not good enough, and that's a big problem. You know what I mean? So we need to know how to handle it, how to work with that.
It's got to be tricky, especially when you have a family. And I jumped on your Instagram Live earlier today, and I saw there was a young lady that was filming. So was that your wife filming the Instagram?
Yeah, that's Jessica, my wife, yeah.
And now you guys are expecting a child, correct?
Yeah, so my baby girl was coming on October. I'm so happy, bro. That's my big win in this year.
That is awesome, and congratulations to that. And by the way, she doesn't look pregnant at all. You got yourself a knockout right there.
No, shit, man. We are so happy, bro. We was trying for many years, man. So, but I said, like, God know the exact time. You know, it's coming the perfect time, especially in my career right now, and we can, you know, enjoy the moment. and my baby's, you know, gonna change my life ever. She started changing now, but I know that's a, you know, a big blessing for me and my wife, for my wife and I.
That's excellent stuff. If you're just jumping in, we're here with Gregory RoboCop Rodrigues. By the way, I think you have the best nickname in the world. I have to know where you got this from.
Man, that's coming from my first MMA coach, Israel Adesanya, and ex-gym. Since I was in Manaus, like I said, and then I moved to Rio de Janeiro to start training. Ronaldo Souza Jacare, he invited me to go and to go to Rio, and when I started the gym, like anyone started, you know, a new guy there, nobody know your name, and then just like he was trying to call me to do something, and hey, you in the back, RoboCop, come here. And then from there, bro, everyone started calling me RoboCop, and the time I didn't like it. No, I'm not RoboCop, man. I'm Gregory. You know, that's my name. And my first fight was live on the TV, and all the commenters, they started, you know, that's a RoboCop, Gregory RoboCop. But now that's make a lot of sense for me. I'm a Christian, and then my pastor, we was talking about that, and then he said, man, do you know why? That's the best nickname ever, because from the RoboCop, it started for he rising up, one man need to die, right? Like if you go in the story and the movie, the cop, I forgot his name, and then he get a accident, he will almost die, you know, and they take his head and they created the RoboCop. Mm-hmm. So, and for me, that makes sense, because for the new Gregory, the RoboCop, you know, started and in this journey, one man need to die. I die I need to put it back, all my stories, bad and good stories behind me, for I go, you know, the new in front of me. So that's make a lot of sense for me now, and I love to be a RoboCop.
That's an interesting story. And I was listening to a previous interview, our friend Double G on TV, that guy over there, interviewed a couple of times with SMESH Global, and you were telling a story about how you were raised as a child. Basically, you were raised within Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, right? Like that was like from a young age, you were brought right into it.
Yeah. Man, since I know I'm a human, I train it. So my dad was a capoeira master, and with my 5 years old, he gave me, we call berimbau. It's an instrument for the capoeira. And then I started my practice. My dad was coaching me, my brothers and I, and with 8 years old, I went in the jiu-jitsu gym, my sensei, Henrique Machado. Jacare was there, Ronaldo Souza. He was just like purple belt or brown belt, I don't remember exactly. And that started my journey. So I'm jiu-jitsu fighter. If you look at my fights, if the fight for, if the odds, you know, for you bet, if you bet in submissions, you make a lot of money, because everyone think I'm a striker. I'm gonna knock people out, but I'm a jiu-jitsu fighter, I'm a grappler. But I train in boxing since my 12 years old, and yeah, so now my focus is become a completed MMA fighter, you know, can fight it on top, can fight on the ground. But my background game is jiu-jitsu, yes, that's who I am.
Someone in our live chat brought up a comparison, and I'm sure you've probably gotten this before, of a Glover Teixeira. A man with powerful hands who can box very well, but is a fantastic jiu-jitsu specialist. Have you gotten this comparison a lot?
No, it's the first time. But man, he's a legend. You know, I love his game style. Watching him, I learned a lot from him. We have the same manager, George Guimarães. Yeah, man. So for me, he's a big example. I love watching his fights. How he do the transition from, you know, the top game to from the grounding game. Yeah, man, I learned a lot from him. I learned a lot.
The fight that you had with Julian Marquez was one of the most exciting fights of the year. That first round was bonkers, where you guys were going back and forth. I mean, Julian was catching a beating. I mean, what you were doing to that man. But then he did seem to clip you at one point where it looked like you got caught, and then you came back, you're like, all right, it's not going to go down like this, and then you finished him over there. Can you talk me through, like, what is going through your mind? Is it like a blur when you're fighting a guy like that who is very dangerous and aggressive, and you're just going back and forth? It seems like game plan is thrown aside, and it's just like a street fight almost. What's going through your head?
Man, like, first of all, I trained a lot for that fight, because I know how Julian is danger, you know, what he did in his last 2 fights before fight me. He killed a guy, man. He can strike and he can submit a guy. He had a good jiu-jitsu. And I was expecting the best Julian at that day. And before we started, they showed on the TV, he warm up and he kicked a calf. And then my coach is watching me, hey Gregory, he gonna kick a calf, bro. We was training that, like in the whole camp. Yeah, kick a calf and they go with my right hand, boom, right away. And he gonna kick. I didn't know he gonna kick me. I know was back there. I was expecting he gonna, you know, boxing me or do something with the hands, because he does that. Mm-hmm. And then when we started the fight, I was very like concentrated what I need to do on the fight. You know, like my mind was there. I was there 100%. And that's like changing myself a little bit. Before, I was so nervous and like think, man, I wanted this pass fast, you know. And sometimes I don't remember my opponent's face. That's true, bro. Like really? No one knows that, but yeah, like. All the fighters have their own stories. My story is like that. Before, I was so nervous with the fight, a lot of pressure, and the adrenaline and all this stuff. I didn't remember like even my opponent's face. But now, like since I'm in the UFC, I changed that on my mind. I love being inside the cage. I love the challenge. I love fight the best guys, you know. And then for Julian, when I was there, my mind was clean. I think, man, it's like a RoboCop. My program was, man, I need to kill this guy. And then when we started the fight, he kicked my calf right away. And then I thought, man, that's the game. You're gonna kick it again. I'm just gonna get the time, and I'm gonna count on him. And that's what happened. So since he kicked, I think like his third kick, I throw my right. And then I go with the jab. Like a lot of MMA fighters and the guys come from not the strikers, but even especially like box does that. After the right hand, after the cross, everyone go with the hook right away. But I train a lot. Like I go with my cross and then come back with the jab. You know, like some of the fighters, if you saw like all the MMA fighters, that combination, no one do it. It's like it's short guys. If you go to the boxing fighters do this a lot. And he felt my jab and he dropped. I went to his back. In my mind, I thought, man, the fight can stop right here. And then I felt him. He didn't come up fast. I saw, man, he's already done. And he stand up, I went to his back, I jumped in his back. But I said, I'm not gonna spend a lot of energy here, because I know I started feeling his energy come back. I started feeling he come back. And I said, man, I'm gonna jump over the back and I'm gonna finish that fight with my hand. And you can see in the video, I take it over. I know what I was doing. I take it over because I know he already, like, I don't know if he was like that, but I feel a little bit he was like a scare on him, you know, the fear. I said, man, he's scaring me. He's scared of me. I felt the fear, and then I get out, and then I started punching him. He started fell. I was right on point, man. I trained in my boxing like that's I love. After jiu-jitsu, man, boxing for me is my love. You know, I train box a lot, and that's over. Like I connect some hands, he start fail, and the fight go for the knockout. Wow. You know, I want to show my jiu-jitsu. Like everyone like started posting and tweeting, man, you're a grappler. Come on, bro. My friend told me, man, I put a lot of money in the submissions, bro, and you jump over the back. Hey, I said, man, calm down, bro. I will get a time to show my jiu-jitsu in the UFC. That's not a time, not right now. But do that, bro. But I'm a complete fighter, man. I can fight on top. I can fight on the ground. Whatever you guys want. I'm the RoboCop. I can, you know, I'm gonna give a show.
It's gotta, like you said that you felt his fear. And I never had that feeling in my life, to feel another human being's fear. That has to be the most alpha thing in the world. You here in the UFC, you got the crowd roaring, and you feel this man's fear. Is there a huge adrenaline rush when you feel something like that?
No, I mean, like I said, you know, like I'm a Christian, and I believe, bro, when you're walking by your spirit, you can see more than if you go with your emotional. Mm-hmm. You know, if you go in your soul. And the Bible said the spirit, you're always ready. And I believe in that. And then when I saw in his face, I saw before the fight started, he was the other side, walking side to side. And then I said, man, he's not confident, not at all. He tried to show, not for me, but he tried to show for himself his confidence, but he's not. That's not the poster, you know. I was calm, I was there. I wanted the fight. I asked for that fight. I asked my manager, I said, man, give me a guy with some experience in the UFC. You know, I want a nice name. I want a good name. And then I called that fight. I wanted that fight. I want to be there. Like my next fight on September with Shidi. Shidi's a danger, bang, bang, his nickname. But I wanted that fight, bro. I want to test myself. You know, I want to fight the best guys in the world. And he's my next challenge. So when you don't want that, when you don't want the fight, when you fight for some reason that's not what you want, you're not gonna be there, bro. You're not gonna be confident. Come on, you can. Your body motions can tell something if you don't use the words, if you don't, you know, show. But if the people on the other side, they want to be there and they training for it, you know, and they want to fight you, he gonna feel that. And I felt him. I felt like he don't. I said, man, he don't want that fight. Come on. Wow. He's not real Julian. The Julian I know who he are. After fight, I tell him, hey, bro, I know who you are, man. And the results, if you win or you lose, that's not tell who you are. You better than that. I know that. Mm-hmm. But tonight was my night, and I'm happy with that. But bro, put your head up. You're gonna get back strong. You know, I think and he texted me after the fight. He's a nice guy. He said, bro, thank you for the reason you teach me on this night. And I said, no, bro, like, we learn together, you know, and that's what I think, bro. Everything you do in your life, you here, you know, you have that show, you want to do that. I can feel I'm so relaxed here. I can keep all night and talking here because you change the atmosphere in the place. Mm-hmm. You know that you wanna do what you do right now.
Absolutely. And that's,
you know, your confidence. You come here, you can talk with Gregory or the Mr. President Obama. You're gonna feel the same thing. You're gonna feel the love. You're gonna feel like, you know, you're gonna enjoy it. I like that, and that you need to do. Whatever you do, whatever, you know, what you work with. I'm a fighter, and I need to get that and put inside the cage.
If you're just jumping in, we're live with Gregory Rodrigues here, RoboCop, and you just brought up your opponent. I just saw this actually today pop up, Chidi Njokuani. I can't even believe this. I'm like, every time you fight, they put someone else that's crazy. This fight is a fantastic, like as a fan, just to consume something like this. This is a barn burner right here. I mean, there's no way this fight could stink. I mean, how excited are you to have an opponent? I mean, that's very dangerous like this, but I mean, exciting. How does it go? How do you feel about this?
Man, I'm excited, bro. He's a bang bang, but I'm the RoboCop, man. Come on. He's shooting, bro, but that's gonna be hard to put me down. But I like the fight. Shidi is coming and a nice career inside the UFC. He had a lot of experience in MMA. He fought big names in Bellator. I know and I respect that. But like always I said, man, I know who I am right now, and I know where I want to go. And he's gonna be in front of me, and I'm gonna pass him through, man. That's what I'm gonna do. But I'm excited with the fight. You know, I like fights like that.
Yeah.
And I posted a tweet and who you guys want to fight next? And everyone, oh, you're gonna need to fight Shidi. You need to fight Shidi. And I asked the UFC. I tell my manager, bro, I have my wife. You know, the due date will be in October, so I want to fight before. I want to fight in September, before my babe coming. And the UFC just give me the opportunity, and I'm so happy with that, and I'm excited for the fight.
That's exciting. Yeah, I was listening to your media scrum, and that's what you were saying. And here you are, September 17th. You're back in action, RoboCop. This is very exciting. Are you a fan of the sport as well? Like, so when you're not competing, do you keep an eye on the weight class? You see guys like Israel Adesanya up top. Are you like, okay, that guy, I'm coming for you? Is that what's going through your mind?
That's my job, man. Come on, I need to be watching everything. Yeah, man. Last Saturday I was here, man, with my notes and see everything. But yeah, like first of all, like in everything, I'm a big fan of the sport. I'm a big fan of Adesanya and what he did. And now we have Alex Pereira, bro. That guy is danger, man, in that division. And I knew him a little bit. We talking before in California. I was training in Black House. He was there. We have the same managers as well. He trained with Glover, but he's a very nice guy. And I hope, man, that's what I hope. I talk with my wife. He'll be the next champion. And he had all the tools for it. He had everything he needed for beat Adesanya. He beat Adesanya twice. You know that. Adesanya said, "Oh, that was in kickboxing match. It's different. So now we fight MMA. But come on, easy. You just fight on top, man. Nobody see your jiu-jitsu. Everyone know you don't have jiu-jitsu. That's gonna be a kickboxing fight, definitely, man. You're not gonna put Alex Pereira down. You're gonna submit him. That's
it's so true.
Yeah, but that's gonna be an exciting fight. Of course, IZZY is a different guy from the fight they did, like, you know, back the days. For now, he's a UFC champion. But I'm gonna cheer for Pereira. He's a Brazilian. First of all, he's a Brazilian. I know I want the belts coming from Brazil. And if you're gonna be a champion, the fight's gonna be inside the house. And that's gonna be nice, you know. The belt's gonna be inside their house. That's gonna be cool. But I know for me, Alexi had everything he needed to beat Adesanya, and I think that's gonna happen.
I tell you what, that performance against Sean Strickland, and what do you think about a guy like Sean?
Man, Sean is, for being honest, I didn't expect a fight like that. You know, I know how Alex is dangerous on top, but I know the style of Strickland. We trained together before, and I know he's a danger guy, man. He's a jiu-jitsu black belt, and has a nice and very good jiu-jitsu, man. Wow, trust in me, I'll train him. He's super strong, had a nice wrestling. I don't know how he fought like that. I don't know what he did. I don't know what passed in his mind. But yeah, man, he not the top 5 in the division for no reason. You know, he beat some beasts and tough guys. You know, he deserved to be there in that position. But I just think he chose the wrong strategy for that fight, and how you gonna stand like that with a striking guy, you know, the highest name, like the legend, the kickboxing. You're gonna fight like displacing like he did. You know, of course, sometimes you're gonna be knocked out like that happened. But Strickland is a good fighter and tough guy.
I did hear that Strickland he is a black belt in jiu-jitsu, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Are you shocked that he did not even like do everything he could to try to get this thing to the ground rather than stand with him?
Man, I don't know. He's crazy, man. We're talking a little bit before. When I was living in California, man, like I was training at Black House, and he trained there for a couple of times. We trained together, and after we training, and days after that, he started like texting me on the Instagram. Hey, let's gonna do 1-on-1, bro. Let's gonna train a 1-on-1. Let's gonna spar. I said, man, come on. This guy is great. But I love him. He's a very nice guy. He loves training. He likes to train me. But I said, man, Sean, just come at the gym and then we can train here, man. I'm not going anywhere to fight a 1-on-1 with you, bro. He's a little crazy, a little bit crazy, and yeah, like I guess, but that's his style. He's not gonna change,
yeah.
You know. Or if you want to change it one day, maybe he's gonna be dangerous fighter than he is right now. But he's crazy. He said, "Man, I'm gonna strike this guy, and let's gonna see what's gonna happen." Strategy, man, and in that game. In this level, you're not gonna step there like and see what's gonna happen. No, you know, you need to be a nice strategy, a nice training camp, a nice game plan to go in there and get the best results.
I do want to ask you about his friend Chris Curtis. I'm not sure if you're familiar with him stepping up to fight Daren Till in London. I mean, Jack Hermanson in London. Daren Till got injured. And it's wild. Like I can't even wrap my head around this. Here's a guy, he's looking to be ranked, and he'll fight anybody. And now they're going to throw him in London against a Jack Hermanson. What are your thoughts about a fight like this, a matchup?
And I think he's a very funny guy. I love his posts on Twitter. Sometimes he posts something, he tagging me there. I never met him before, never. But he's a funny guy. And tough, man. I love the fight he did with Rodolfo Vieira, his last fight, man. What amazing performance, you know. Amazing, very good takedown defense, very good wrestling. He did the perfect game plan, perfect. You know, we know how Rodolfo is dangerous in on his jiu-jitsu, whatever. If he put the curses down, maybe the fight's over. Mm-hmm. But he did a perfect game plan. And now, but man, I mean, he can beat Hermanson, bro. If he accept the fight, he's like, remember when I told you, you know, your wheels, what you want, he wanted that. Mm-hmm. When he stepped in the cage, since his debut, he fought against my friend, the Megaton. And then he did amazing. He knocked him out. He knocked Brandon Allen. My brother, I love him. He knocked Brandon. Brandon's a very dangerous guy, a very dangerous fighter. And he showed what he won. And I know he's gonna be there. He's gonna be a problem for Hermanson, man. Even the short notice, gonna be a big problem. And yeah, man. The middleweight division now come with so many good fighters, bro. That division is, oh my gosh, man. I'm glad to be a middleweight, but if I look like very clean, I said, man, I think that's the big like problem from all the divisions right now. So many great fighters. So this Saturday, I want to see Caio Borralho, the Brazilian guy, against the Petrosian, the guy I fought in February, man. That's gonna be a like crazy fight. I want to watch that fight. So, man, if you see that, you don't have a busy life in the middleweight division, bro. Everyone coming like danger guys, very technical guys, strong in all the areas. So, yeah, bro, for you to be a champion, like Izzy need to take care of himself, man. They're coming, so now come a lot of like great fighters in that division. They're gonna change the division right now. Their top 10s, trust me, man, in a couple of years, maybe 1 or 2 years, they change all the names.
It's funny you say that. I had a caller come in and he says middleweight is the weakest division, but people aren't realizing the people coming up the rankings. I think that's, and I'm a victim of that too. Like I look at the guys Izzy already beat. He beat these guys and we're repeating fights, still very dangerous opponents. But when you look at guys like you and the guys like Chris Curtis, who, I mean, let's be honest, he's got nothing to lose. Like he's just taking fights. He's playing with house money right now. Those are the dangerous guys to look out for. And like you said, top 10 is going to be within a couple of years a completely different bunch of names.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, man. One thing I keep in my mind: everything in the life get evolution and change. And the MMA right now is changed, man. You know, you need to be different, man. Even if like the guys on top 10s, man, take care. You guys need to see the evolution of the sport. You know, all these new generations coming, they're gonna kill, bro. Yeah, man, like guys like Curtis. I know he's not a young guy, but he's young in the UFC. You know, he has the last year in the UFC. Mm-hmm. That's a baby. The 1 year, man. They hungry, wanna eat everyone. And now, man, like the people, the fighters like on top, they need to take care of themselves, and they need to be like very worried about all these guys coming right now.
I feel like a guy like you're a pretty big dude, and you have every tool that could be used to beat a guy like Izzy. So when you see Izzy, who is an elite striker, the guy's on top, I mean, he's so far ahead right now. But with your skill set, I feel like you would be such a perfect matchup for Israel Adesanya. Do you feel that as well? Or are you like, I don't want to look at that right yet, I want to work my way up? Or are you hungry and you look at a guy like Izzy and like, I could beat that guy?
Yeah, of course, man. So he's a champion, you know, and he's the target for all the division. And I look at myself champion now. You know, like you said, I know I have everything I need to beat him to be a champion, you know. But like I said, man, I don't just want to go in there and if I go on my night and beat Adesanya and become a champion. No, but I want to go step by step. You know, I want to build in myself. I want to make my foundation solid, because when I go on top, man, I'm not gonna fall. I'm gonna be there. But yes, bro, like in all my fights, I learned a little bit more about myself, about what I can do, about the things I need to change to be a nice champion and to be the better fighter in all my areas. But yes, man, step by step I'm gonna get there one day. That's I don't have a doubt about it, and I'm just gonna take my time. Mm-hmm. That's just what I need, you know.
What would be, if I had to ask you your the thing that you want to change most and the thing that you never want to change? What would be those two answers?
Man, let me think. If you want to change something now, I wanna be more humble as I can, because I learned that, man. Like if you be humble, you learn fast. You know, you can learn fast and you can be a better fast. That's I wanna. If I wanna change something right now, that's all I wanna change, because if I win my last fight, but that's in the past, you know. So now I have a different challenge in front of me, and I don't need to be think about, oh man, I beat a tough guy. No, I need to be humble and see, oh man, I have a lot of things to change in my life. I need to hear more and learn more. So if I want to ask God something, I ask God, man, give me the humble spirit more than I can be, you know, for learn fast and be better fast. And the thing I don't never want to change, I think is, of course, my family. That's never gonna change ever. My wife, my baby now. That nobody walked behind the scenes, right? But behind that, you know, have a strong woman. Mm-hmm. She never like give me a reason to stop. Even the days I said, no, I need to stop. I need to work with a regular job to put the money in my house and pay the bills, pay the rent. I was like, in our life, we are married like 5-6 years, and we together for almost 10 or a little bit less, more than 10 years. And I just started paying all the bills now. When I got in the UFC, she working hard, pay the bills, pay the rent, pay everything just for being inside the gym and training for one day. And that day was like last year, June 5th, I make my debut in the UFC to make a better money to do and give a better life for her. And man, that's amazing, my brother. So if you have a person like you said about your wife who worked with you, you know that. You know what I'm talking about, bro.
Absolutely.
If you have a person, man, in your side, my brother, you're gonna be a champion whatever you do, you know. And because you have someone to support in you to go in the top, and I have it. I don't have everything, all the tools, all the what I need to be a champion, because I'm a grappler, I'm a striking or whatever. I can have all the tools, but if you don't have, man, your emotional, your family, the person gonna support you to be there, forget about it, bro. You're never gonna get this. Never, my brother. I'm never gonna change it, man. Never, man.
So when you were rising up and you were a professional fighter and you were chasing this dream, you said your wife worked. Was she like the breadwinner?
Sorry, can you ask again?
Was she like the person that paid the bills, like your wife, while you were chasing this dream? She was holding down the fort until you became a UFC fighter?
Yeah, man.
Wow.
She was.
That's a good
man,
woman.
Crazy, brother. But it's crazy. Like many times, man, I was in Brazil. We get married, and man, I don't even had the money for nothing, my brother. Like, I think the fighters, if you're watching this live, they know that, man. Like how hard it is, especially like the guys in Brazil. I have a lot of friends there, man. If you asking me how many guys was training with me in that days, reach their dream and become a UFC or Bellator or whatever, just me, brother. You believe in that?
Just so you, out of your friends, is the only one that made it to the big dance.
I was the only one. Of course, take it out the guys that was there already, like Jacare and all these guys. But the new generation, the guys that started like me with 0 fights, like, man, no one read that. All they stop, always in Brazil, still there, working the regular job or whatever. It's crazy, man. But like I said, man, that girl, I look at her, man, I said, that's a person I want to be, strong like that, and that's a real champion for me. Because she opened the hand for her dream, for we live that my dream together. And we reached that. So now we live that dream together. She make my dream her dream. and we're building that together. But man, like, I have a guy, like, if you see my Instagram, I have a guy like Rashad Evans. I met Rashad in 2016, around there. He supported me a lot, man. He sent me money when I was in Brazil. I didn't have money enough, and he sent me some money to help me out. He was the guy, the first guy give me a fight in the United States, my first international fight. He paid my ticket, my flight ticket. He put me in on that show. Man, like, I have so many people around me, but my wife, man, she believed in me on the days I didn't believe in myself. I lost a couple fights in my life, and even my loss, he looked at me and said, "Man, let's go, get up. You can do it. You can read that. You can rise in your dream, and we're gonna do this together. Let's go." And say, "Jessica, I don't have nothing, man. I don't have money to pay like something for you." And she said, "I don't care about it. You know, I choose married with you, and I know where you can be. Wow. I know that you need to believe in yourself, like I'm believing in yourself."
That's an amazing story, and I can't help but think. So you get a shot in the Contender Series, and it doesn't go your way, right? So now here you are. You put all your eggs in one basket. You wanted to get to the big dance for your wife, and it doesn't work out. Now, of course, in the end, we know what happens. It works out fantastic for you. But what happens? So she's there to pick you up when you fall at the Contender Series? Like, what was going through your head at that moment?
Man, like, that was crazy, brother. That was crazy because after that fight, like, we changed the place we was live. We was in California at the time, so now I live in Florida. And when I get back, I fought in Las Vegas, and it was closed, like, from California. So I got a flight early morning after fight. That was Wednesday. The contender is on Tuesdays. And when I get back home, I went in her office. She was working. And I look at her, she cried, and all this. I didn't even have a word to say, I fall, you know, like, I fail, that's over. And then she looked at me, I don't know what passed in her mind, but, and then we was buy a ticket, and from the same day to come into Florida, because I had some friends from Brazil for our church. They're gonna start the project here for build a church in here in Florida. And I was too confident, man, I'm gonna win this fight and I get my contract, and then we go to Florida to celebrate with my people there.
Wow.
That's the best plan. I made it. I lost the fight. I was the ticket. My wife was broken. And then she looked at me and said, "Like, let's go there. I think we have some reason. God has some reason to put us in Florida, and let's gonna see what happens." And then we came for celebrate the defeat. And what changed my life, man. I mean, I was a week here. I get back to California, just first set up everything and move down here. Without a job, she quit the job in California, and she said, "Hey, let's gonna go back to the plan. I met you, and we know our place is with the God's presence in the church. Let's go and let's gonna forget everything here in California. Let's gonna build it again. Let's gonna start it again. Let's go to Florida." And then I live in the apartment. My job, I had a gym. I was teaching Jiu Jitsu back the days. I gave up. We drove here, like 4 days, drove California to Florida. And,
wow.
And in the 4 days, I think, man, what I'm doing, man. What in my life, man. Man, I don't believe I'm doing that.
So while you're driving, you got to be like, your head's got to be all over the place, right?
Man, but one thing I had inside of me. That's I told you about the spirit. I have the faith, man. I said, I'm going the right way. I don't know how. I don't see nothing, bro. No job, no money, no apartment, nothing. Just the faith. It's crazy, man. The people like listen to me right now, they think like, this guy's crazy, but I think I was crazy at the time too, man. Because if I tell you, man, that just was faith, the real faith.
Yeah.
And then I came, man, I arrived here in Florida, like end of January, I think January 3rd from 2021. And 4 months later, I was in the UFC. I was a UFC fighter.
Dude, that's crazy.
Like, how that, tell me, man, like, it's crazy, bro. Like, I just accepted the fight in the LFA for the belt. The belt's right here behind me. I just accepted the fight because I needed money to rent something for live with my life. I didn't have the money. And then I said, man, I'm just going to get that fight because I need their money. And I accepted the fight for fighting in the Grand Prix, right? The 4 Mays, the middleweight tournament. And the fight, I arrived here in Florida January 3rd. The fight was like 2 weeks after that. And they said, I'm not was training. I'm crazy, man. I'm just go for the money. And the guy got COVID, and they canceled the fight. They postponed to March. I fought a different guy, and these days, that was changed myself a little bit, and then I went in the first fight. I beat the guy, the Almatavan, and go to the final. Yeah, you guys showing that. And then I went to the final against Josh Friend from the belt, and I got the belt, bro. But if you asking me, hey Gregory, you after the first fight, so now you in the final, you think about the UFC? Man, UFC was on the back, bro. I got knocked out in front of Dana White, Mickey Maynard, Sean Shell. How that guy gonna get a guy like that? They're not gonna get me. I'm a lose, man. I was knocked out right there. I forgot about that, about UFC, but my mind was on the belt.
That is a fascinating story. I'm looking at your Tapology here and see those 2 knockouts. So in the you didn't even think about the UFC. You're like, oh, I blew my opportunity. And so what happened? So now the UFC they slide over to your manager or something and say, hey, we need you to fight.
It's great, man. Like let me finish and then you're gonna understand. And then I got the belt on Friday night. Get a flight ticket, come back to Florida. The fight was in South Dakota. Came back with my belt, and the people from my church they make a party for me. We celebrate the belt and blah. It was nice and barbecue. My phone started ringing. That was a Saturday, like 7 p.m. in the night. My phone started ringing, and then I saw it was Ed Soares. Eddie is one of my managers. He had his partner George Guimaraes, and they working together. But Eddie is the LFA owner, and he called me, and I thought, oh, this guy just called me to ask about like how I am, and I get back to Florida, and then I got the phone and say, hey Eddie, man, how are you? And hey Gregory, tell me about the victory. And hey, Eddie, man, I didn't sleep last night, so now like in my head, I said, man, I'm a champion. I'm LFA champion. And he asked, oh, you didn't sleep last night? I said, no, man. I'm so happy, bro. I didn't sleep. And then, hey, bro, so maybe you're going to get one more night. No sleep. Not going to rest. Not now. And I said, but what? Why am I not going to sleep, man? And he said, man, you just signed up with the Ultimate Fighter. You were in the UFC. I said, what? How is that, man? I said, man, just sign it. And the fight is in 2 weeks. You wanted to fight? They say, man, that's no question you went. Right now, I'm ready. Let's go. And then, but the crazy thing is, and then I said, I told him, man, that's God. And he said, hey, Gregory, do you know why? I think that's God, man. I said, because what? And he said, man, my wife saw, you know, I fought Dusko Todorovic, and he's supposed to fight Fluffy, I forgot his name, and he got an injury. And his wife, Eddie's wife, said, hey, Eddie, one fight dropping down in the UFC in middleweight division. You just had a guy, he just won the belt, the LFA belt. Why you don't call Mick Maynard for offer him? And then Eddie said, oh yeah, that's true. And when he got the phone to call Mick, his phone started ringing. Was Mick call him?
Wow.
And he accepted the call and he said, hey Mick, you call me back? You saw some, you know, like you lost some call from me? And Mick said, no, but why you call me? And Eddie said, no, I'm calling you for talking about Gregory. And Mick said, yeah, that's why I'm calling you, man. I'm calling about him. He want to fight and he want to sign the contract. And I get back in the gym on a Monday and in Frankfurt, and we had like around like 6 or 7 middleweight UFC fighters there. And one of that is Ian Heinisch.
Okay.
And then I was talking the story for Ian and and all the guys, and Ian was here the story about the call and the contract for the UFC. And Ian said, man, you gonna fight Dusko? And I said, yeah. And he said, bro, they just offered me that fight. And
Oh, we just lost Gregory. Oh my God, just when it was getting good. We got to get him back on the horn. Here we go. We lost you for a second.
Sorry.
Yeah, no worries. We got you.
My wife just calling me. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah.
She's not going into labor, right?
No.
All right. So,
and Ian said, man, they offered me that fight, and I was training to get a short notice, but I'm not. Do you know why I'm not gonna get the fight? Because I'm gonna get married in the same day. And I say, come on.
Oh shit, that's wild.
Bro, it's crazy, bro. If I tell for the people, they like, nah, that's not true, man. That's true, man.
Wow.
That's playing, my brother.
That is so. Right now you're a couple of fights in the UFC. I mean, looking back and just by telling that story, I mean, that's got to be it, right? You hit the dream. Like as a kid, like if you go back to as you were a kid and your father was training you all the way up to falling at the Contender Series, 2 knockouts, getting the call to come back in the UFC, getting some victories over there. You're just coming off this massive win against Julian Marquez. I mean, it has to feel like a Disney story or something, right? They could make a movie about this.
Yeah, bro, like it's a lot of story behind, man. So many stories. But like always I said that like I think that was my dad's dream, man. I lost my dad in 2015 before one of my fights.
Oh man.
They introduced me in this sport, and I'm so grateful, man, for his life and my mom's life, because they started building me since my 3 and 5 years old, and I know he's not here in person to see all that dream become true, but one thing I know, man, I live in a dream. I live in a dreams. I didn't expect that, because that not was my dreams. That was my dad, my mom's dreams. And that was the best from me, my brother. That was great for me. So now I'm gonna be a dad, and I'm gonna understand a little bit more about it. But if I look it back, and I was in the church before we started the call, and the pastor said, "Hey, what are the things you guys gonna be grateful, in the life?" And then he said, "Looking for your life, looking for your story. You have so many reasons to be grateful." Bro, if I look it back, man, I'm coming from a neighborhood in Manaus, in like a pure, like very poor people there. Some of my friends died from the drug dealers and all this stuff.
Wow.
And I'm here now. And I said, God, why me? Why, you choose Gregory? So all the guys, like a lot of people, a lot of fighters, a lot of, guys working harder than me and more talented than me, but why me, man? So I have so many things to be grateful, bro, because I had this father was a hard worker, for putting me in that position. I can say he gave his own life and through, because he died in 2015.
Wow.
For that dream.
I am very sorry to hear that, man. That is a very sad story. I can't help but notice you said he passed in 2015, and I noticed that you after that you went on like an incredible run as a fighter. Like I'm looking at your Tapology. Did he pass before or after the Renato Rangel fight?
It was like a week before it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and I fought, man. But don't be like now. I'm not sad because I lost my father. The only thing like make me sad because I'm not there with him because he's the better place, man. But one day I hope he's there with him. But in that fight, I accept that fight. That was crazy because when I got that fight, my dad was sick. He had a very hard. I can say in English. I don't know the words in English, but he was very sick.
Okay.
And that was the fight. The first fight. The fight was in Rio. He was in Manaus. Was living far away, like almost like 2 years. And then I bought a ticket to him watching my fight in live. That was the first fight he was gonna watch in live.
Wow.
And my mom just arrived in Rio de Janeiro. Like that was like a Monday, and like Monday night, like Monday to Tuesday, my wife and now, but at the time it just was my fiance, and she was in Manaus. She was living in Manaus, and she called me. Early on Tuesday early, and I sent the call, and she like, hey, are you okay? And I say, no, I'm okay. Why you call me so early? And I have a bad news. And I say, oh man, come on. What are you gonna tell me? Like your dad passed away. I say, what? My mom like started screaming, like, and then I was trying to handle it that. And the same day I get a flight to Manaus to bury my father, and but the guy from the show, they said, hey Gregory, what you wanna do? You're gonna quit the fight? And I said, bro, I'm not gonna quit the fight. I'm gonna fight because my dad, he's supposed to be here. He's not gonna be here in person, but I know he's here with me, and I'm gonna fight. And then I got back to Rio, like a week no sleep, was crazy there in Manaus. I know it was good enough, bro, for fight. But I told myself I need that. I need pass with that.
Mm-hmm.
I lost by decision. It was hard, and but that taught me, man, a lot of things. Like I think like after that fight, I need to grow up and to be a man. Because I lost the man off my house, so now it's my turn. And there, like, the question in my head said, oh, always like I ask myself, I'm living my dream, I live my dad's dream. I don't know if I'm a fighter because my dad, pushed me to that. But that night, in that fight, I knew that, man, I'm a fighter. I born for it. My dad did his best to make his son like who I am right now. And I said, man, so now I'm gonna do this for real. And I'm gonna be in the UFC one day. I don't know when, I don't know how, I don't know how long I'm gonna take it to be there, but I'm gonna do with my dad give his life to be here. So I'm gonna do this for real. And so now I'm here, man. And so I know he's very proud of myself. He's very proud of me. And but that's just the beginning. And he don't wanna. I'm just being the UFC. So I know he wanna be. I will be a champion, and that's what he want. He wanna see me a champion, and I wanna be a champion.
I tell you what, that's a beautiful story, and I appreciate you sharing that with me. I know it's probably tough to go back and think about those memories, but the fact that you have this mindset now, it's like you're looking at it in a positive light. You're taking from these moments, and you understand why these things happen. You became a man instantly, and yeah, you're in the UFC, and like you said, now you're looking at bigger and better things with a champion. I mean, championship. No matter what happens in your life, you did it. You made the goal that you wanted to make, and everything else is gravy from this point on.
Yeah, man. I have like everybody has their own stories, like bad and good stories. Like me, I'm not different like anyone. But the things I think I made, I have this in my life, man. Doesn't matter what happened in your life. What matters is what you do, what happened in your life. And then I do my best, bro. So now I live that dream, and I'm so happy to be here. But the dream being the UFC is gone, man. So now I'm in the UFC. I'm a UFC fighter. I'm not living the dream no more. That's a real life. Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna working hard to reach my goals and get my belt one day.
At the end of the day, what do you want to be known for? As when your life moves on and next generation speak about you, what is Gregory Rodrigues? What is everyone going to remember you as?
Man, that's they're gonna remember a harder worker, and like the generation before me, they was the pioneer and opened the way for me and all the fighters coming right now. And I know I can open the way for the new generation. And I know I'm not doing this just for myself. I think that's like we talk about generation. That's for the new generation, man. What I'm doing right now, we're not gonna make this die. So I'm gonna working hard to do my best. I don't know if I'm gonna open a gym one day. I'm gonna be. I don't like a teaching.
It's a whole different world, right?
Some of the teaching. I don't know if I'm gonna open a gym, but the guy's gonna remember Gregory, a humble guy. A good fighter, but more than that, man. Like I'm a man of God, and I'm gonna do my best to the people around me, and the people can look in myself and look in my story and be and look at my story, look at myself and say, man, if it happened with him and he get it, I can do it as well. I think that's, in the end of the day, that makes sense for me.
I would like to do a little role playing right now. You have a belt behind you.
My wife, very quickly.
Oh, okay. You have a belt behind you. Oh, okay. What did he say? Oh, okay. By the way, we're live with Gregory Rodrigues. My man's coming off the win with Julian Marquez. He's got a fight coming up. We're going to let him go very soon because we've spent a lot of time with him, but he's a fantastic interview. It's great to know you. All right, I just want one more thing I want to ask of you here. There's that beautiful belt behind you. Would you be able to pick that belt up for a second, or is it like tucked away?
No, the belt.
Yes. So could we do something?
Heavy, bro.
That is
put it on, but it's very heavy.
Wow, look at that thing. That thing is beautiful. LFA championship belt. Look at that.
That's very cool, man. I love it. That was my that's putting me in the UFC, bro. Yeah, I love that. I look my living room and then I look at this and say, yeah, you know, that's who I am, man. I'm a champion.
I tell you what, I'd be wearing that belt all the time, 24/7. In the shower, I would always have it on.
Yeah. So now it's just gonna change here. We're gonna put a U here, UF, and this A is gonna be a C. So.
What I wanted to ask you, if you put that belt over your shoulder, let's play a game here. You're the UFC champ right now. Here I am. I'm Joe Rogan, and I'm here with Gregory Rodrigues. You just knocked out the defending champion, let's just say Israel Adesanya. How does it feel to be the UFC champion, Gregory Rodrigues?
I'm feel great, bro. But like I said, man, one day I was with Chris and do a show with him, and I told him one day I'll be a champion because that's my goal. That's what I'm working for, and I'm not gonna rush. I told him I'm gonna take my time, so that's my time right now. So I'm the real champion, and I will be here for a long time.
This is very exciting. Look at that, Gregory Rodrigues, your new UFC champion. Beautiful. Love it. Gregory, it's really been a pleasure to get to know you over here on the show.
Thank you, brother.
And do you have any predictions for your upcoming fight against Chidi Njokuani?
Guys, don't miss that, man. That's gonna be the time you guys gonna watch on my jiu-jitsu working.
Man,
be careful, shit, man. I have a hands too, man.
I can't wait. I can't wait for this fight. September 17th. It can't come any quicker. Gregory, I want to really thank you for coming on. We have a donation that slipped in over here. Someone has a question for you. Let me have him ask it.
Super chat.
This gentleman's name is Matt W.
After fighting Petrosian, you think he beats Kyle?
All right, here's the question. So you fought Armin Petrosian, a very tough opponent over there. It was a split decision. And he wants to know if you think he's going to defeat his upcoming opponent, Caio Borralho. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the matchup here.
Caio Borralho?
Yes.
What he wanna know what I think about that fight?
Yeah, apparently this is coming up. It's matched up between the two.
Man, I think like always I'm gonna reach out for the Brazilian guys, and Caio he did amazing debut in the UFC, beat like a Russian guy, like tough guy. But man, I fought with Petrosian, bro, and he's tough duty, man. Danger guy. He know one thing I felt in that fight. Petrosian, he know how to handle it with the pressure, because I put so many pressure on him, especially in the third round. I'm almost finishing. And if you look in all his fights, the guy took him down and he was there waiting, stand up and knock the people out. So if my prediction, even I'm going to reach for Borralho, I think Petrosian is going to win the fight.
There you go.
Maybe by knockout.
Okay, by knockout you're saying, huh?
Yeah.
I tell you what, Caio does look pretty interesting, though. This guy, I think he came from the Contender Series as well. Really tough kid. Yeah,
he is, man. He is, and like I said, bro, if he do his job and watching all the Petrosian's fight and make the homework, he had everything he needs to win that fight. You know, like. If he had a nice mentally control the fight or go in there in the ways Petrosian is not good. He's not good in jiu-jitsu. Borralho can take him down. But like I said, Petrosian knows how to handle it with the pressure. He knows. You know, he keeps so calm. And if Borralho keep his mind in the place, bro, not get frustrated in the fight. Even he took the fight down and not get a submission or something. He did this in his last fight. That was nice. He did that. He got the Russian back. He won by decision. The unanimous decision was amazing fight. He got all the opportunities, and he sometimes did not finish, but he handled that. That was nice fight. I don't know, like, because Petrosian, like I said, man, he's a danger fighter on top. If he did his homework, He hand this fight down. You know, he taking time in the fight. He fight for the distance. He can get the fight, man, and he can win the fight by decision. And of course, he can knock Petrosyan out. He had a good hand. But I know, man, Petrosyan is a Muay Thai world champion. He know how to fight a stand-up. And I think he had all the tools to knock Bojado out. I don't know. That's a fight I want to see.
It's going to be a great fight. And I want to ask you one more question, and we're going to let you go. A fellow Brazilian, Rafael dos Anjos, is fighting Fiziev this Saturday. What do you think about that main event? You going to be watching, and who's going to win?
Man, Fiziev is my buddy, he's my friend. He's an amazing guy. We trained together here in Sanford. He lives in Russia, but he come in and he finished his camp here. I love him, man. He's so talented, bro. This guy is another level, man. You know, even with his striking, he already showed he can strike in the best. His fight against Bob Green was an amazing fight, bro. Like, I love watching that fight. And like, but if you're talking about dos Anjos, man, this guy is the one that he didn't stop in the time. You know, he fought like a long time in the UFC with the big names. But he's still like in his best performance. And now he lives in Brazil. I think he made his camp in Nova União, the Jose Aldo team in Brazil. I don't know how he fought Moicano, and it was an amazing fight, man. He showed like he's still in the best shape. I think it will be an exciting fight. But I think like Fiziev, man, he's a mental like different. I think Fiziev in the fight, probably by decision.
By a decision, there you go. Okay. Well, Gregory Rodrigues, thank you again for coming on. Good luck in your fight. Good luck with the new addition to the family, and can't wait to chat with you again.
Thank you, my man. My pleasure, Chris, man. Thank you, all the fans, all the guys still with us. And commenting, send the messages and the questions, man. Guys, you guys is important in your career for I to be here. You know, if you guys don't be there, I'm not gonna be here. So thank you guys very much, man. Thank you for the fans. Chris, one more time, bro. Your show is amazing. It's my pleasure for me. That's the first time, and gonna be, man. We're gonna do this a lot.
Let's go.
I want this in my topology. That's the first one. Gonna get more.
I love it.
Gonna invite me. It's gonna be a pleasure to be here. Thank you one more time, and have a great night, guys. See you.
You too. There he is, Gregory RoboCop Rodrigues, live on the MMA-Holes. Let me know in the chat what you think. What a guy. What a guy. Gregory Rodrigues. It was a pleasure getting to know Mr. Rodrigues. One of the best coming up the middleweight. Middleweight, we were talking about it. Boy, oh boy. You know, you got a Kevin from Chicago calling in. Middleweight is the weakest division, blah, blah, blah. But then when you look at guys like him and guys coming up, unranked guys or guys at the bottom looking to get into the top 10, you know, middleweight is going to be an interesting weight class. Give it a year or two. Give it a year or two, and there's going to be all new names there. Israel Adesanya could still be up top, or he might be knocked down a couple of notches. What do you think about Gregory Rodrigues? Let me know in the chat. Once again, I guess I'm a fan of another fighter. What a guy. Such a great dude. Great interview as always, Moss. Knocked it out of the park. Thank you, Dustin. Appreciate that. Very nice words. Good guy, says Drunk Savage. Damn Savage. Thank you, Damn. Middleweight needs new blood. It does. We're desperately in need of new blood. And with Daren Till getting hurt and Chris Curtis fighting Hermanson, I can't even wrap my head around that shit. That's wild, man. UFC London, I can't get here any quicker. I think he beats Pereira. I tell you what, Pereira, he can throw. And Rodrigues said that he was very respectful of the striking of Pereira. But you do have the Jiu Jitsu on top of the power of the big, what was he, 6'3"? He's a tremendous human being, this guy, at middleweight. So not only is he scary with the hands, but he could also choke you the fuck out. Gregory Rodrigues is a problem, And if he keeps on moving up the rankings, middleweight should be on the lookout. Yeah, 6'3". He's only 30 years of age, and he just got the win over Julian Marquez. Had a tough one versus Arman. Arman, it was a split decision, so it was close. He's a tough dude. But yeah, Gregory is a guy to look out for. 12-4-0 may not dazzle you, but listen, hot streak with his tool set, he's a problem. Jack is a pussy. Chris will kill him. Yeah, so I slipped into Chris's DMs as soon as I got the news. A funny story. So it was funny. I'm like a child. It's bizarre. So shout out to Damn Savage, just killing it on our Twitter, man. He's awesome. He's going to be doing some big things with the MMA-Holes. I foresee these things. But he threw it out there. Mark Ramundi broke the news. So, of course, like a child, I slide into Chris's DMs to find out what's going on. And I see the news is breaking all over the place. And I told him my excitement. I go downstairs and I'm like screaming. I'm like, you won't believe it, Jess. This is crazy, right? But Jess is like in mom mode. She's doing like normal, mature things, acting like an adult. And I'm telling her, like, Daren Till's hurt. Chris is sliding in. This is in London. This is nuts. This is so fucking cool. And Jesse just looks at me like, all right. Like, all right, cool. You know? So I told Chris and he was dying laughing. He goes, I get it. I don't know what it is, man. I love this freaking sport and getting to know these fighters and seeing them get these massive opportunities. I mean, Chris is saying 1 minute he wants to be ranked, and then the next minute he's thrown against fucking Jack Hermanson in London. Like, what? Dude, it's insane. Hermanson is sitting at number 8, inside the top 10. Fucking A. You got Jordan Wright fighting Paddy Pimblett, Chris fighting Jack Hermanson. What? No, she's just cool. She's way cooler than me because I'm just like, what? Like, this is great. I'm like rushing through my shower. I'm switching the thumbnail to at least throw Daren Till on it. Freaking out. God. Pays to come on. Yeah, the MMA-Holes curse my ass. My ass. I tell you what, man. I love doing this shit. So I appreciate you guys coming in, hitting the fucking like button, dropping the dono, supporting the show. As long as you guys keep on doing that shit, we're going to keep on dragging these guys on, learning their stories, and who knows, man. I mean, the sky's the limit with characters that come on this thing. And Gregory is a surprisingly nice guy. When I was looking at, there's not many interviews to pull from on YouTube. So when I was trying to get some information, some backstory on the guy, basically I had to learn it all tonight. So we got a new friend. That will get Jesse pumped if Curtis NFT goes up. Yo, our Curtis NFT. Yeah, I forgot to tell him about that. Our Curtis NFT to the moon. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. That is absolutely wonderful.
Wonderful.
Good days. Good days
Thank
for
you.
MMA Hole. Good times. We have a new member. Actually, the Gozerian. I think he re-upped his championship status. I think he's a black belt right now. Let's go. Shout out to the Gozerian. Thank you for being a member. Appreciate that. I've been here. Sorry, I haven't commented. I've been playing UFC 4. Shout out to Carrie. Thank you for stopping by. All right, so I'm going to take a break. We're going to play a quick commercial break. Hit the fucking like button. We need 155 likes. 50 likes, excuse me. 150, that's all we ask. Hit the fucking like button if you enjoyed the interview. We got some stuff to talk about, man. Big news of Daren Till getting hurt. We got the fights this weekend. Whatever you'd like to chat about. Let's party tonight as, you will be right back. Actually, you know what? Hold on a second. Let me play this one. Okay. All right, we'll be right back.
Cause I'm a CBDX.com boy. We sell legal, Delta ATHC, it will get you very stoned. We sell gummies, yeah, buzz-based oil in a cell, and they post on Twitter, oh yeah, hey, on CBDX.com. You better get with them, you're gonna get real high, you're gonna get that tree, you're gonna get real down loud from the island boys, you're gonna get all down, and so from the ground, you be smoking bud, you be smoking trees, we a different breed. Smoking green and pearl, and then you create a hurt, yeah. You better get with CBDX.com, cause we some CBDX.com boy. You better tap in on the website, Island Boys, right now.
Let's be honest, when it comes to underwear, there's nothing more important than comfort. Why empty your pockets for generic underwear that loses comfort, quality, and style when you can slip into a pair of Sheath and get even more out of your daily wear? With Sheath underwear, you can treat your jewels like royalty as they are given their own private sanctum, keeping them secure and you in a state of bliss. Get 20% off Sheath now using promo code MMA-Holes. That's MMA-HOLES with the link in the description below.
And for the ladies?
Absolutely! Sheath isn't just for men. Ladies can now experience Sheath's style, comfort, and functionality too. Sheath for women is crafted using a signature modal elastane fabric blend for form-fitting breathability that will not affect the natural pH environment or the microclimate of the skin while producing that long-lasting, unimpeded comfort. Use promo code MMA-Holes, MMA-HOLES for 20% off at sheathunderwear.com.
Yeah. Blah, 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 blah. Undisputed Belts. Thank you to our sponsors. Really appreciate you guys supporting the show. Got the links in the description to Head Rush, Sheath Underwear. Check it out down below. Also, give a shout out to CBDX.com. Very, very, very excited bringing them on board as well. CBDX.com. The best stuff to get you high. I've been using this way too much. I've been way too much on this. So go check out their website, cbdx.com, and hit the promo code. I sent Chris a message. We'll see if we can get him on real quick, like for 2 seconds, to just get the story about what the hell happened here between Daren Till falling off the card and then Jack Hermanson needing an opponent and him jumping in. That's like so fucking wild. So I'd love to see if he comes on. It's a shot. It's a quick shot. We'll throw it out there, see if we can get him. It's last minute, so I'm probably going to say no, but we'll see. But yeah, I mean, it's crazy. The London card, I'm going to pull it up over here. Was fun as it is, you know, and I did want to see Daren Till come back. But this is an upgrade for me. This is a massive upgrade. The thing is, like, I could see why Jack Hermanson took the fight, because if you think about it, he's preparing for a guy that's a striker anyway, right? In Daren Till. So it's not like he's all right, I'm going to fight a striker. and now I'm going to fight a grappler or anything like that. Jack could strike and grapple, so it really doesn't matter. But, he fights another guy that it likes to throw hands. Not exactly the same style, but a guy that likes to throw. So I can understand why Jack took this fight. He still gets paid. He still gets to fight. But still dangerous because if you think about it, what does Chris have to lose? The guy's on a massive win streak. He's playing with house money over here. And... he's thrown up. It's just fucking, it's insane. He's thrown into he's looking to get ranked, and he's thrown into the co-main event of this card in London. They'd be flying him out to London. Like, just nuts. So you got back-to-back fights. Look at this shit. Paddy Pimblett versus Jordan Levitt. Then you got Curtis versus Hermanson. And then Aspinall versus Curtis Blades. What? This is a fight night. Krylov, Gustafson. Chris and Hermanson past Krylov and Gustafson. Let's go. Molly McCann getting a main card, but Hannah Goldie. What? That's a London special right there. Paul Craig versus Ozdemir. DeCasey versus Hadzovic. Amirkhani versus Pierce. Nathaniel Wood versus Charles Rosa. Makayev versus Johnson. And Herbert versus Nelson, Bone versus Leonard, Dalby versus Silva. A lot of fights on this card. Damn, man. Got to change that poster. But look at that shit. So, interesting. Very, very interesting. We got a card this weekend that's going down. I don't know. Do you say his name Fiziev or Fiziev? I always get corrected when I say Fiziev. And that's how Gregory was saying his name. And he knows him. And he's calling him Fiziev. But people are saying it's Fiziev, say his name right. Well, how the fuck do you say this guy's name? Regardless, it's a good scrap. This thing was supposed to happen like 2 times ago. And finally, we're going to get it. Hopefully, fingers crossed, everything stays together. As Dos Anjos is looking to get his 3rd win in a row. Fiziev. I understand it's like is it Ziev? Fiziev? Tracy Payne, thank you for jumping in the chat and let me know. Is it Fiziev or Fiziev? How the fuck do you say this guy's name? This card looks better than the last pay-per-view. Yeah, London? Let's look at the fight night, too. This card might be... You're talking about this card here. This might be better than a pay-per-view. I don't know. Pay-per-view was a little underwhelming. But Chase Sherman's still on... He's still on the roster. Okay. Jared Vendera versus Chase Sherman. So, wow. Oh my God. What the they're trying to do Chase a solid finally, man. Oh boy. Chase might bounce back. Hey, good for Chase. He still got a job at the UFC. Fizz up on these nuts. Where's London? I would definitely give it a try. KC, I was skeptical at first. What are we talking about? Heavyweight MMA, I guess. Is that what it is? Because they're heavyweights? So, hey, I'm glad Chase still has a job with the UFC. You don't want to see guys lose their job. But still, Chase has looked pretty bad lately. But this co-main event's a banger, man. So we just had Gregory Rodrigues on. He did lose to Armin Petrosian, who by a split decision. Petrosian's a very, very tough human being, and he's fighting this guy Kyle Borrallo, who came from the Contender Series, and he's another guy you could throw there. This is a prospect. In fact, did I put this guy on my prospect? I think he might even be on my prospect list. Hold on, let me see. No, I guess I didn't put him on there. But Kaio he's on he's not on my list. He's on a 2-fight win streak over here. And he looks like he's got the tools. 29 years of age. When we've seen him fight, looks pretty good. He looks pretty solid, but Armin is a tough opponent for this kid. So the co-main event, the main event, 2 solid matchups between the two. Looking forward to those two. When it comes to the rest of the card, hey, it's a fight night. We got Michael Jackson. We got Michael Johnson versus Jamie Malarkey on the card. That's a decent fight there. Malarkey against MJ. Cynthia Cavillo, another one who, she looked horrific in her last fight. She's on a 3-fight skid, but that last one, Andrea Lee, she just, golly gee, she just gave up. And then you got Nina Nunes on the card as well. Amanda's significant other, who's on a 2-fight skid. A lot of L's on this card. So when it comes to, a lot of greens, wins, W's, not much when you're looking at the rest of the card here. But their names, you still know them. Let's see. Zahabi, this is the guy that looks like Ariel, isn't it? When the hell was the last time this guy fought? 2021 in February. It's been a minute. Yeah, he comes off the win. Everyone says he looks like Ariel Helwani and Drake mixed together. So he's fighting. Tercios, Ricky Tercios. Isn't this kid, wasn't he what's a Contender Series dude? Oh, Ultimate Fighter. That's where he's from. Okay, I knew he looked familiar. All right, whatever. Antonina Shevchenko. She's still in existence. Courtney Casey. That fight going down between the two. A lot of reds on their resumes, but you do have the Valentina's sister competing, so I guess that's interesting. Let's see. Onama versus Armfield. Inchakui is he's a scary dude, man. This dude over here on a 2-fight win streak, but the guy's got power. He's scary. Inchakui versus Cole Robertson on a 3-fight losing streak. What the hell, man? This card is like a card of just getting people back on a win. Just throw a bunch of guys with L's at each other. And Ronnie Lawrence versus Sajur Kakramanov. Definitely screwing that name up. Who has 1 win in the UFC. 1 fight, 1 win, unblemished. And then this kid coming from the Contender Series on a 2-fight winning streak, Ronnie Lawrence. All right, listen. This is not a card that's going to fucking blow your mind. But this is the type of card where you see a ton of carnage. This is the type of card where people are like, I'm going to skip it. I'm going to pass. This card sucks, blah, blah, blah. And then it turns into something just so much fun to watch. So I'm going to go in with low expectations and just looking to enjoy some carnage. The card starts at, let's see, hold on a second. Clicking the wrong buttons. So it starts at 3 p.m. Mountain Time. So that would be 6 on the East Coast. And 9 is the main card. How many on the main card? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so an old school 6-fight main card. All right. All right, it is what it is. Let me know in the chat what you guys think of this card. Are you pumped? Are you not pumped? Are you excited to see fights? Whatever. I'm pretty sure Kaio was on your list before. I thought it was. I got to check it out, Ava. I might have it. Actually, you know what? I could probably switch over here. I thought maybe, but let's see. Go to fight. Offline. Let's see if this works. Oh my God! Sorry about that. Let's see. Mystic Prospects. Nope. Not on there. He is not on. I had to switch to our Fight Buddies. He is not on there. Okay, it's confirmed. He is not on there. What else we got here? Let's see. We're back into the chat. Beavis and Butthead do the universe. Hilarious. I enjoyed it. They're dopey stuff. Big Beavis and Butthead fan. Didn't know they were going to make anything else. I thought that ship has sailed, but yep. Lo and behold, they did the universe. Hope Antonina does good, says Rafael. That's the actual. Are you the real Ninja Turtle? Big fan. Victor Henry, not your prospect list. He's going to be well, not yet. Maybe soon. Alex is not on. Alex isn't on the prospect list. Alex who? Alex who? Alex Pereira? Is that what you're talking about? Life and Logic, I heard that was good. This is Toe Cutter. I want to look at the news that Mr. Savage put on. Yeah, by the way, so it's not on Gregory Rodrigues' Tapology, this fight over here, but boy, oh boy. Where did my screen go? Hold on a second. Let's see. There it is. Chidi Nchikwani he is a savage. We seen him fight not too long ago. Both guys have that finishing power. This is a banger, man. UFC's been putting together fights like this. I mean, these are don't blink fights. This could be a really good scrap. Nchikwani he's a vicious dude. Both guys are vicious dudes. All right, let's go to the Twitterverse over here. And let's see what Drunk posted. Easy money title is the goal no matter who. Let's go. So let's see. Makhachev is down to fight Michael Chandler. Yeah, so Michael Chandler putting it out there that he is interested in keeping the belt warm. You know, if Oliveira is talking about Conor McGregor, Michael Chandler will fight for the belt. If Oliveira wants Red Penny Night, Michael Chandler will fight for the strap against Islam. Is that something you guys would want to see? I would watch that. Why the fuck not? I mean, Charles versus Islam, let's go. This is the fight, right? What are we doing? But I'm also a sucker for novelty, crazy fights. I like Michael Chandler. I'm a fan of his stuff, so I would give it a go. Michael Chandler can grapple. Okay. Would you guys want to see that fight? I haven't seen it yet, Toe. I must be getting him mixed up with Claudio Puelles. Oh, maybe. Possibly. Have you seen the UFC ranking? Did they place Pereira yet? Yeah, they did. So this is a little weird. Let me see if it changed since the last I looked. But they had Pereira in a spot where I was like, wait, what? Yeah, they got him at 6. I don't know. I mean, I think he should at least be above Costa. Even put him, I don't know. Put him above Derek, too. Like, what are we doing? All right, Chris is no good. I try to give it a shot. I know it's last second. Guys got to get ready for a big fight in London. But I try to give it a go. But yeah, I would like to see Pereira versus over at least Paulo Costa over there, you know. But it doesn't really matter. You're floating around top 5, and a lot of the guys Izzy beat already. Actually, all the guys Izzy beat already. So you could still make the argument that Pereira, even though sitting at 6, he's the guy. So yeah, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I see. At number 6, it is crazy. Yeah, it doesn't really matter, you know, because if Izzy didn't run over these guys already, you know, it would be like we would all be screaming and pulling our hair out. He could sit at 6. He's still the number 1 contender. All right, hold on. Let me respond. All right. Good. All right. All right. Action Man's running. He's getting ready to run. Yeah, so Michelle Pereira sitting at number 6 spot, to whoever asked that in the chat. Let's see what else we got over here. Here's the Daren Till story. Daren Till injured, out of the fight. Chris Curtis is stepping in. So Darren, boy, oh boy, what a mess. The Daren Till experiment. I used to run around saying he was one of the most overhyped fighters when he was in welterweight, and he was charging up and everyone was jumping on him. I thought he's a talented striker, don't get me wrong. But I was always saying, he doesn't have the heart of the champion, this and that. Now, when you get injured, you're injured. It's not like people get injured, people get hurt. So I can't say, he doesn't have heart, he's injured, he's pulling out of the fight. That's not what I'm saying. But when you're adding injury on top of this stuff, it's not good for the mind. You know, Daren Till is trying to find that zone, that hungry gorilla that he was channeling on the way up. And everyone was like, this is the guy, before Jorge Masvidal knocked his head off. And the ups and downs of this guy's career, it's frustrating as a fan to watch. I couldn't imagine being Darren. I couldn't, I wouldn't know how to dig myself out of that ditch. You know, I mean, you got HELWANI, so I guess they could snuggle or spoon or whatever. But boy, oh boy, what a rough situation for Till. I don't know what the injury is. Let me know in the chat if you know what it is. But yeah, it's a bummer for Darren. If you're a Darren fan, it's great for us Chris Curtis fans. So sucks for him, I guess, right? Let's see. Oh shit, Patricky Pitbull is injured. I didn't know that either. Will now be headlined by Douglas Lima, Jason Jackson. Oh shit, that's a bummer. I think we got someone going to that event at MMA-Hole. We still got to get back to them. If you're in the chat, we'll get back to you. We'll try to figure something out. But yeah, Bellator 283 just lost Pitbull. That sucks. Oh, you know what else they lost? Which is a bummer. I just spoke to Hold on, I don't want to show this on air. Kid Marvelous, Justin Montalvo, who is on the card. So, yeah, our buddy Justin. Bellator 283. He's out. He's out of the card as well. He's off the card. He's got to get like bicep surgery. Oh boy. So Bellator 283 taking some hits. Man, I wanted to see Justin fight again too, man. From Law MMA, real nice kid. We'd had him on multiple times. Good dude. But yeah, he's got to get surgery. So hope you feel better, Mr. Montalvo. Rest up, get better. And I hope you get better too, Patricky Pitbull. Bellator almost as boring as IZZY. Well, you know, like I said before, when we know people fighting on the card, it makes it a little more interesting. Maybe not interesting for you guys, but you know, when we know the guys fighting on there, it gets, you know, we get a little more pumped up. But yeah, they're not UFC, that's for sure. Till anus is still aching from Khamzat's penis. It's true. Is that what it is? He has an anus injury. That's why he pulled out of the fight. It's frustrating when Jesse leaves the lights on. Oh, two joints. Apparently, you were the talk of the town on your from your phone call. Someone sent us a clip of someone talking about you. This saga continues. So freaking funny, man. I was dying laughing. Anyway, if you want to check it out, just check out the interwebs. You are famous. It's a rectum tear. Khamzat pegs him with a dragon. Oh boy. Till got his O-ring blown out. I'd rather watch Eagle FC than an IZZY fight. Yo, IZZY's getting slammed, man. IZZY's getting slammed. And you know it's bad. You know it's bad when Chris Pratt's talking shit. I was like, man, Chris Pratt is jumping in on this shit now. Like, what? And Jesse's reaction was funny. You know, Jesse's team IZZY no matter what, right? She's all in on IZZY, and I get it. She's a super fan. I don't hate IZZY either. I may come across as a hater, but you know, I have my likings, and I'm like up and down. I like it. It's weird. I respect the guy though. I do respect him as an athlete, but at the same time, I mean, you know, there are times where I'm just like, I didn't think the fight was good, to be honest, but it is what it is. Anyway, yeah, so Chris Pratt, I got to pull it up here. It's so fucking stupid. All right, here we go. Which is, it's hilarious, the whole Chris Pratt thing. So apparently Chris Pratt is like a super fan of the UFC. He's like one of the guys. Like, so the UFC comes to town. You got the lead singer of the Chili Peppers. You got, I don't know, MGK used to be a guy until Connor like threw a drink at him. Now he's not there anymore. So Connor did everyone a favor. But you got like the Nelk Boys. You got fucking like, I don't know, this Mel Gibson's always there too, you know. So you got these guys that are always there. You know, they like the UFC. Tom Brady is a big UFC fan. And Chris Pratt apparently is one of the crew. So if he's in town, he's free, he stops by an event, he likes to enjoy the UFC. So Chris Pratt says this. He says, I'm going to say this as humbly as I can. I've never stepped into the octagon. I don't know this game. I'm just an actor. But I'm not a fan, man. Here it comes. I'm not a fan of coming out like all that talk and then just kind of putting on a little bit of a pitter-patter performance. I'm like, come on, man. You got to cash on that promise of being so badass. Now, the armchair quarterback, the fans, like the people like in our live stream, I was horsing around about it. You know, like we're knuckleheads that just do this, right? We're fans that just go out there and say whatever. Like if you're watching a football game or a baseball game or, you know, whatever sport, we just think we know everything, right? We're just throwing it out there, but we're nobodies. Now, I get into a little bit of heat because I'm doing this fucking thing, but I'm still in fucking nobody. I'm realistic. This man's running around with CGI dinosaurs making $1 gazillion, and I'm here begging for fucking donations. So there's a big difference, right? So if I say something, I get criticized because people are like, oh, you're in the media. I'm not in the fucking, I don't know what I am, really. But I feel like I'm with you guys, you know? Like, we say stupid shit. We don't mean it. We're just fucking around. You know, that's what it is. Like, we like watching a sport. We like talking shit. We mean nothing by it. But when you're Chris Pratt, you're Chris motherfucking Pratt, and you say it, you're a somebody, you know? So it's like, bro, what are you doing? You're not me. You're not Mystic Moss. You're not fucking Life and Logic or Damn Savage or Big Fat Paulie hidden behind a fucking avatar. You're not that. You're Chris Pratt. You know, majority of the people out there on the internet are smart enough to fucking hide themselves behind an avatar so no one knows who the fuck they are. So when they go to their 9 to 5 or whatever job they're doing, Israel Adesanya doesn't know it's them. Chris Pratt is fucking Chris Pratt. So for him to say that, it's hilarious. It's hilarious, like us sitting here, like, bro, what are you doing? What are you doing? You know, so it's hilarious. But I mean, he's speaking with majority of the fan base is saying anyway, so I guess he figures, hey, what's the big deal? I'm just a fan. No, you're fucking Chris Pratt. So Izzy responds with this, which is kind of funny. Like a clip of Chris Pratt in some movie. I don't know what movie this is, but that's the guy from Split. That's young Magneto over there. He says, good morning, I'm the man. You're just some fan. Right? So, you know, I can't play the audio. But anyway, this guy's coming in there, and Chris Pratt's like, I'm a fan or whatever. Bang, he gets hit with a fucking keyboard. Right? So I guess Izzy's insinuating, yo, stay in your lane, bro. I'm the guy you're watching, you're enjoying. Here's my retaliation. Now, all I could think about is Izzy. Chris Pratt just did the last Jurassic Park, which got horrific reviews. Like I heard it's like the biggest dog shit movie ever. Like, all you had to do was go out there and just put a screenshot of the rating of the Jurassic Park. I mean, you know, like, it's just like, bro, who are you to criticize? You just did a dog shit Jurassic Park. Like, dinosaurs are the coolest fucking thing in the world. They're the best. Like, if I go see a movie with CGI dinosaurs or monsters, I'm excited about this. How do you star in a movie with dinosaurs and it sucks? Like, how does that even happen? And you got all the biggest budget in the world, the coolest effects, and the movie sucks. At least Israel Adesanya is one man. He goes in there, and it is what it is. He shit the bed. He can go back and do it again. You just fucking did a movie with CGI dinosaurs that sucked. Like, how do you not fucking rip on Chris Pratt about that? So we dropped in. We responded with this. Just a little arrow pointing, or a hand pointing at the 5.9 out of 10, which is generous. So they both took L's. They both suck. And we said, kiss and make up. You and Mr. Pratt have similar performances. So both of them had shitty, lackluster performances in the last outings. It is what it is. Chris Pratt wins. He still gets paid. Israel wins. He still gets paid. Both shitty performances. Okay? We move on. You both suck. You both suck. Now, with that being said, about both of their shitty performances, I'm still going to watch the Jurassic Park movie. Even though I know it sucks, I'm just going to sit there and complain for 2.5, 3 hours, however long it is. I'm going to sit there and I'm going to annoy the fuck out of Jesse because Jesse loves Jurassic Park, the original, which is one of the classics, like one of the best movies ever. Like, I love the original Jurassic Park. And that's like Jesse's like #1 movie. That's her favorite. I'm going to sit through the CGI mess, and I'm going to make fun of the damn movie, the whole damn movie. Because that's what I do. I'm going to torture Jesse. Let me know what you think about Chris Pratt and Israel Adesanya's online beef. Don't mess with the MMA-Holes, that's right. Is he just salty because he's not white? Okay, I don't think that's the case. Same. Piss brat. Da-da-da-da. I can't see jabs any longer. You don't want to see... Yeah. Mediocre actor. Don't get how he is in big movies. He's a good Star-Lord. I got to give him that. If he played Star-Lord in every movie, which he's going to stop doing that. But yeah, the other choice is not very good. Not very. I haven't seen a good like. I didn't mind his movie with. It wasn't the. It's not a good movie, but it was decent. Like it was entertaining enough where I'm like, okay, I could watch that. It was him and Jennifer Lawrence. They were in space. I didn't hate it. It wasn't the best movie in the world, so I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. It was okay.
Oh, super chat.
And I don't hate Chris Pratt. I'm just
Chris Pratt reminds me of my grandmother after Papa's funeral. Bitter and a bit dumb.
What the fuck? Thank you, Jonathan Joshua. Let's go, baby. Let's go for the $5 super chat. Appreciate that.
Wonderful.
I can't name a good movie with Chris Pratt. I think Guardians is all right. I think Guardians in the Galaxy is an okay flick, man. It's okay. It's okay. It's all right. It's fun. It's just shove popcorn in your face, you enjoy it. Like he was meant for Star-Lord. That works. Other than that, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I can't name another one either, to be honest. But I don't hate Chris Pratt. It's just weird. Like you're not known for the best of movies.
Super chat.
Whoa, it's $20 super chat. Prim.
8-4 CBDX gummies the other day when they arrived. Almost had to go to the hospital. Be careful out there, lads. Just start with one.
Are you the person that donated while we were doing our thank you for the $20. That was very nice of you. Were you the person that said you ate two and the same thing, you almost wound up in the hospital? Like what? Are you telling the truth or are you fucking around? Thank you for the 20. They are strong. Listen, I could only eat one of these things and I'm feeling it. And I want one right now. Like I feel like I can't be eating this every single day. I don't know.
Super
marijuana
chat.
people, help me out. Like, what am I gonna do?
I want to watch Chris Pratt on CBDX gummies.
He might have been. That's why he said what he said, because it doesn't make. He was either drunk or high when he was asked about the fight. It just didn't seem. It doesn't seem like something a movie star would say. Hilarious. Don't get me wrong. It's funny as a fan listening to it. But anyway, wow. Look at the donations. You guys are awesome. D8 cannot hurt you. Nothing happens for the first 45 minutes. Me, it kicks in. So 20 minutes. Like I'll start actually 20 to 30 minutes, somewhere around there. I'll start feeling a little bit. And then it's weird because like hours later, like I still have some sort of effects of it where I'm kind of in La La Land. So just took one. Conrad, you took one? Yeah, they were happy that, they were happy. They were watching the stream on the last fight reaction and CBDX I'm talking about. And they were happy, that I was chomping on one. Listen, I'm gonna take it. You kidding me? I'm taking this stuff. Like I have no problem. I haven't had an edible before. I smoked weed when I was in college, and that was many years ago. So I haven't really dabbled in the edible world. I fucking love it. Let's see. 20 minutes the first time you were trippy. Yeah, it's like somewhere around there, right? 20 to 30 minutes somewhere. You feel nothing for an hour and then holy shit. Yeah, I don't know. But I'm a lightweight, so like I don't know what I'm supposed to feel. Like I'm so dabbling back into it after many years, like away from doing any sort of marijuana. So the first time I took them, nothing happened for like 2 hours. Then it all hit me at once. So Prim, did you really take 4? Are you serious? Or are you trolling? Be honest with me. I want to know, because I do want to know honest reviews. I'm curious, like how it's affecting you guys. And please don't take too much of this stuff, because I don't want anyone getting sick or hurt. Just be responsible. Don't become an addict, Moss. Charles Manson was a weed addict. Look how that turned out. Yeah, I'm just gonna start murdering people. Delta 8s for flyweights. Yeah, I'm by no means a pro at marijuana. I mean, I just like the feeling of whatever the fuck this is giving me. I know you ain't racist. You're not mad about my comment the other night. I don't know what you said. What did you say, Maya? What did you say? it takes a lot for me to, I don't know. Like, you could say the most racist shit to me. I don't give a shit. Let's see. I was okay. I just passed out. Wait, hold on. I really did. I'm not joking, but I learned my lesson. You really took 4 of them? I was okay. I just passed out. But I had been drinking too and got us. Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, don't listen. I took the first one a half when I was drinking, and I felt it immediately. But like I was drinking too, so I started to feel it. You were laser in 276 night and C block Jesse's comments. Yeah, I don't even. I might not take it during commentary because yeah, I was like flying, like I was all dopey and I don't know what. And then Jesse was drunk. So we were like, I was high. Jesse was like on drunk speed, and it was just I don't even fucking know what was going on. But people enjoyed Jesse's commentary, so that worked. Do dabs or hash, and then you will feel the trip. No, I don't need anything more. So I'm starting to lean towards the HHC over the Delta 8, although I liked them both, and I am going to polish off both of these. But HHC, I think I enjoy a little bit more. I think that's where I lean. So if anyone wants gummies, HHC might be the way. This is like a fucking... Now we're having a whole... But I knew that this was going to be something that our community would love. So the fact that you get a little discount on it makes me feel good. It's, something you guys enjoy. Jonathan Joshua.
Appreciate your women mates. My wife just threatened to leave me for not saying thank you again. She sweated over dinner. What a witch.
Thank you, Jonathan. If you were here during the Gregory Rodrigues RoboCop interview and what he was saying about his wife, I'll give you a little synopsis. Basically, this guy threw all his eggs in one basket. Jonathan's a savage. Threw all his eggs in one basket, and his wife was supporting. She was holding down the fort. She was working while Gregory was chasing this dream. He goes in the Contender Series and loses. And he's all down and out, and his wife picks him back up, keeps supporting him, and now the dude's in the UFC. And now he's able to flip the bills and pay off their... I mean, it's just nuts. So a good, strong woman, I mean, you can't beat a good, strong woman. So if you're with a good woman, you got to take your lumps, because if you know that person's got your back no matter what, you just got to bite the bullet in some cases. That's called he's got a sugar mama. But I mean, it's so cool how that story turned around, and now he's, a UFC fighter, and he's running the show, and super cool. But I mean, he's still super humble too, which is nice. Auctioneer Jessie was talking faster than James. I tell you, Jess is a great mom. Right now, she's putting our baby to bed. She wants to be here with you guys, but she's such a good mother that she's doing that. She sacrificed being on the show to do that and be a good mom. But her commentary has gotten tremendously better. She's become an actual fight fan, which is kind of cool. So she's the perfect wife. She really is. I've never had a good woman watching this stream on vacation in Cancun. Are you really? That's fucking badass. I am very jealous. The jackpot is 400 million, bro. Don't forget. I don't play that. The only time I used to play was when I was working delivering packages, and all the guys, like all the Teamsters, were out there just fucking. They're like, yo, let's all throw $5 in, and if we win, we're gonna split it. It's gonna be amazing. And I didn't want to be that guy left out, so I'd always throw the money in then. But I can't do it on my own because I don't know. I'm never gonna win. What's everyone blazing? I got some Cupcake Killer. What are you guys indulging in the chat? JBM should be calling horse races. Her mind. Maybe I'm old. That might be what it is. I don't know what it is. But her mind runs so fucking fast, and when she mixes it with wine, it is on another level. Like she's like blah, blah, blah. Like she can rattle off. She could multitask 3 things at once. So and she was excited about Izzy fighting as well, so she was amped up. She was in the zone. I'm smoking that PC Strickland OG. What? PC, isn't that the Twitter guy? PC Strickland? You're smoking that Twitter account? Her cauliflower pizza. Hey, if you guys, so I'm over the 2 hours, but if you guys want to keep chatting, chat away. We'll just keep the stream going and just fucking bullshit. I know I don't do it enough with you guys. Like, I talk with you guys, but we're kind of going from topic to topic. So, open format. You guys want to fucking chat?
Super chat.
Jonathan Joshua, 10.
Must JBM a good strong woman. Holding down the family, raising your children, and supporting the show. Just make sure you say thank you when she cook dinner or you'll be me on the streets.
I should say thank you more. Although I do. I was saying it a lot in the beginning. I kind of stopped. I should start saying it again. Thank you for the advice, Jonathan. Appreciate that. With the $10 super chat. Thank you. I do have to say this, though. Jessie, man, she works hand in hand with our other helper of the show. And behind the scenes stuff like locking up sponsors, getting the contracts out. Like, she does a lot of shit behind the scenes. A lot of stuff on top of being a mom. It's kind of crazy what she does. I'd be lost without her. Thank you is overrated. Nah, because you know what? Like, if you have a wife that's like constantly cooking and cleaning on top of all the other shit that she does, like, it doesn't hurt. Should say I love you more. I'm like the worst at that. Like, it's weird. I was raised like in a not I love you. Like, our family didn't just always say I love you. I don't think I've ever said that with my parents. Like it's like we'll say love on a card, but we don't say I love you. Where her and her family, they're always saying I love you. Like, it's like the complete opposite. So it's like I'm trying to break and say that more. I say I love you guys more than I say I love my fucking family. It's weird. Like when Ann calls and says love you guys, like inside I die. And I say it back because I do truly love the community. I do. But it eats at my soul for me to say I love you. It's weird. Say I appreciate you. It's hits harder. Is that what it is? Maybe I should do that. I appreciate you. By the way, if Sonosi's in the chat, Jessie, she says I'm gonna let you go to her mom, and I almost spit my food out and I was dying laughing. So if you were here for the phone calls, you would know where that went. Hold my ground. Maz has feminine attention needs. I do. Take her to the Outback Steakhouse. She doesn't want to go anywhere. Thank God. That's great. She's not the type of person like we don't do anything. She doesn't want to do anything. She's like the reverse. Like, I have to try to drag her out. A woman that makes a lasagna and bakes me muffins. What I need. Jessie could do both. She's a pretty good cook. Thank me and I love me. Okay, I'm welcome. My mom would slap me if I said that to her. What, I love you? Yeah, my mom is not like that. My mom is not the type of person to say I love you or anything like that. I love my mom to death, and she loves us for sure. But we don't say that. Like, we don't end we should, I guess, right? But we don't. You're damn right. The Gazarian, you're damn right, man. The gayest movie line by Tom Cruise is "You complete me, you complete me." His chat's fired up tonight. Chat's fired. One's in the chat if you were here for Gregory Rodrigues, man. If you're not, run it back. Gregory Rodrigues was fantastic, man, telling his life story and, you know, his thoughts on fighting Israel Adesanya. And I truly believe that Gregory would be a tough matchup for Izzy. Guy's got the power and he's got the jiu-jitsu. Savage was here. The Knitter was here. We're all like my peeps. Alfredo is here. Alfredo, are you the one that's constantly liking our stuff on Instagram? Is that you? Because thank you if you are. I do appreciate that. Alfredo going over there, liking all our posts on Instagram. Appreciate that. I know, like, a lot of times we'll post, like, if someone goes on a like spree on our Instagram, we'll throw it on a story. But if it is Alfredo, if that's the same person, they like on the button. They're fantastic. Like the post, man. Like the stream. Helps. What about the kinds of parents that kiss their kids on the lips? Oh God, dude. I don't get it. I love my daughter to death. I am not kissing her on the lips. That's just fucking weird. Forehead. Right on the forehead. I tell you what, my daughter's the sweetest little girl. She like it's like today, she kind of was like nestling on me. Like I was lying on the couch, hanging out. I was all sweaty from the gym. Like when you're that age, like my daughter's 1. She's a little over 1. And it's like, it's really weird because I got coffee breath. I fucking stink from the gym. And I'm just dirty, disgusting. Like any normal human being, like stay the fuck away from me. But a little 1-year-old doesn't care. You could stink. They'll still nestle against you. They'll still love you no matter what. It's wild, man. There's gonna come a time where she's gonna be like, Dad, you smell like shit. Jump in the shower and brush your teeth. Kissing on the lips is a bit much. It's disgusting. I don't know. But I have friends that do that with their kids. It's fucking weird. It is bizarre. I don't. But then again, people fucking kiss their dogs. Like people are letting dogs lick their asshole. They will go for a nice trot around the neighborhood. You know, they'll rub their ass on the fucking concrete. They shit out of their ass. Then they fucking take that tongue and just lick the shit out of their ass. And then you got fucking people, oh, look at the dog. And it's just fucking tonguing down the dog. So people are weird.
Aw, super chat.
Jonathan.
I learned that a woman is kinder when she's reminded that she's needed. Damn it, I should have said thank you for dinner.
Man, she's really making you pay, huh? That's funny, man. Chandler kisses his adopted kids on the lips. Oh my God. Oh God. Kobe Bryant kissed his daughter on the lip. Oh my Jesus Christ. I saw a white girl tonguing her dog. White girls do that, man. You never see a black woman do that. I've never seen a black woman tonguing down. Only
super chat.
Only weird white women. It's true.
Why fast if I want a BJ while playing Oculus? A-OK hand.
Wow, Slow DK. You got yourself a winner. Isn't that like the virtual reality thing? That's a fantastic wife you got there. Speaking of dogs licking ass, Emily Guru is cruising for... So, one thing I noticed about Condom Heads people, they clip stuff about us. Like everything I see is like them talking about us, but there's not one thing clipped from our show just lighting them on fire. It's just like this one-sided, oh, they said this, they said that. Nothing of what we said, and it's so funny seeing these clips that are flying into our DMs, and it's like they're terrified. They're terrified of us. It's hilarious. But they still talk about it, so it's amazing. Your stink is probably comforting for her natural pheromones. There's a strong connection. Is that what it is? But it wears off, right? They get older, and it's just like, you stink. I don't know. I just think they're just pure. Like when kids are like 1, they're just pure. You know, there's nothing taint. It's just weird. It's just like they love you unconditionally. Kissing your kids on the lips is okay until you're 5 years old. Don't make any excuses. Stop kissing your kids on the lips. I know we probably alienated like 30% of our audience that makes out with their kids. But it is, guys, I'm just saying from a person that I don't know, like I'm half Italian, right? We kiss everyone. I kiss my dad, for God's sakes. Not on the lips, on the fucking cheek. Like we do the kiss hello on the cheek. You know, like, and guys are like, bro, I'm not gonna kiss another dude. Like guys are like that. So listen, I get like people kiss each other. I understand that. Yeah, I'm supposed to be kissing kids on the lips. It's just fucking weird. When they turn 2 and 3 and run the world, then they turn 2 and 3 and run the world. The older we get, the more we stink. It's true. We're stinky old people. It's disgusting. Tom Brady, that shit. Moss looks like Taylor off of PKA. I don't know who is that. Taylor from PKA. All right, you guys. I got sucked into the chat. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for hanging with us. Really appreciate the company. If you haven't hit the like button, you can do so now. Hit that fucking like button. Share the stream. Hit that little share button and send it out to your friends. Also, there is something underneath the video that is called clips. And it's a very powerful tool if used correctly. So we do a lot of long ass streams here. There are scissors right under the stream that you could just hit the clip and you could just section off either a funny part, a reaction, a prediction, anything from the show that you find entertaining, and you put it on social media. You just copy the link of the clip and throw it on your social, tag fighters, tag promotions, tag whatever, your friends. That helps us out because they come right to our streams. They could see the little snippet. If they want to watch the whole thing, they can watch the whole thing. So the scissors is very powerful underneath this video. Clip away, especially clip the stream during our fight reactions. I feel that that's going to help us out tremendously. Shout out to Damn Savage over there for throwing that idea out at us during the fight nights and the pay-per-views. I think that's going to make us take over the world, to be honest with you. I really do believe that. So the little scissors underneath the thing, it doesn't get stuck on your YouTube channel where you have that video on your channel. It just, a clip, it goes on the internet and it just highlights a certain part that you liked from the show. So hit that. The interviews that happen, I mean, we got fighters breaking news on our show, live on our show. You can clip it, throw it out there, and you're breaking the news then. So, yeah, hit the scissor button underneath. Tag at the MMA-Holes as well. We'll retweet it and give it some love back. And let's just spread the word of the community and grow the channel. We got...
Thank you.
Dustin Diamond has been a member for 2 months in a row. Congratulations, you just upped your belt. He says, wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Dustin Diamond. Wow, 2 months already? I actually remember when you became a member. 2 months. Time flies when you're an MMA hole. Shout out to Dustin Diamond.
Super chat.
Here comes Jonathan Joshua.
I have a 3-year-old and she is a terror. Enjoy the snuggles now, Moss. It's about to get suicidal.
I was looking at the... Thank you, Jonathan, for the advice. I was looking at her today and I'm like, you're so sweet. You're so innocent. When is it going to happen? When are we going to become mortal enemies? Like, when is this going to happen here? When is it going to happen? Hopefully not anytime soon, but I know it's inevitable. I might have a gummy as I watch the final episode of Stranger Things. We are caught up. We're going to watch the final episode of that. I want to thank everyone for jumping in tonight. Let me know in the comments section if you're watching the replay what you thought of our new friend, Gregory Rodrigues, coming on the show. I thought he was excellent. Very interesting story. And he's got a big fight coming up. So let us know in the comments section. Thank you to all the sponsors. CBDX.com, 20% off. The promo code is MMA-HOLES. Head Rush, Sheath Underwear. Both of them. Premium clothing. You got the Head Rush, the shirts, the pants, the tees, the tanks, the whole deal. In the description, we got 20% off Head Rush. Premium stuff. Check it out. Link down below. Promo code MMA-HOLES. Sheath Underwear, same thing. Best underwear in the fucking game. Haven't worn any underwear as comfortable as Sheath Underwear. 20% off the promo code. Same thing. MMA-HOLES. ESPN Plus, if you're going to watch the fights this weekend, link in the description down below. Shout out to Undisputed Belts as well. And I think I covered everything, right? Sounds about right. I did. Don't be an a-hole, be an MMA hole.